It's harvest for the cauliflower now. Got broccoli going to seed next to me. I did pull off this one. Those rest are going to start going, but they'll end up going to seed, so hopefully I'll get a few little heads wrapped together, but it's unseasonably warm. So these cauliflower heads are going to be a little bit smaller. I didn't blanch them. They're not a bad color though, and it's an okay size. Harvested really quickly. Don't mind Thea, she went and got a cow bone from the boneyard. Not our cows, but it is on our property, so we don't really care. Like, sure, go get a bone. That's about the size, the average size of the cauliflower I harvested today. It's doing pretty good. I can't say I'm upset. Like I said, I didn't blanch it, which I'll pull this leaf back. And you can kind of the difference there. That is wider on the bottom. It'll taste the same. It's just that the weather and the sun changed the color to a little pale yellow. I don't even think my husband will notice. He prefers this with cheese or like made into cauliflower pizza, so I don't even think he'll know because he's gonna have yellow cheese or toasty crust on it anyway. Hi, and welcome back to God's Golden Acres. I'm Kim, doing some strawberry bed maintenance. It's full of grass. So what I'm doing is the straw, and then this is just an Aldi bag that I've cut into about a square. So you can see these two I've done, and that one I have not. So I'm going to go down the whole 8 rows and get this weeded out. So real gardens, all gardens are real gardens, are going to have weeds. It doesn't necessarily matter how much weed prevention you put in. There's gonna be some that get through. And when you're battling maybe a first year plot and especially low startup costs, so you're not running around wasting gas, especially with gas at $5 a gallon, getting cardboard from companies or buying cardboard, you're not, you don't have the time. This is your first year gardening, so you didn't cover it last year after you tilled it, or you didn't own the place you're at last year and you couldn't, and you still want to garden this year. You're going to be battling weeds. This area is a perfect example of that. About to be attacked. Hi, Liz. Cute. So this area was really thoroughly done, and you can see where I got tired. Now these rows in between have more. I'm not really sure why. So I did get, you can see where I got the paper down to help right by the plants, and as they send out runners, a good chunk of that will be covered and less of this will have to be done. So thankfully my husband can get cardboard from work, so that's the plan for the rows here. We'll lay cardboard down here, right? And then these hills have nothing on them yet, and I haven't weeded them. I actually have this plastic mat for carpet if you have like a wheelie chair, and it killed part of the grass because we found it when we were cleaning out the garden shed, that I think I might bring out here and see if I can burn these weeds off, and then I will cover it and get it prepped for probably next year. We'll bring in another variety of strawberries for our personal patch, because then out there is the big patch. And for next year to sell, we have 1,000 plants of Jewels. Jewel is favorite variety as far as it produces well, nice size berries with nice size flavor. So we'll be doing those there. The other side of the garden, I'd like to show you how fast our weeds are coming up. These were tilled like 3 days ago. So just between here was tilled. And I really need to come back through and like cover and weed. And then I need to take care of my neglected spot because I honestly just haven't weeded over here in the broccoli patch. The broccoli's not doing fantastic. I needed to amend this more. These 2 rows, especially on the outside. So we're pretty sure the Amish garden didn't end here, so it hasn't been amended in a long time. We're like, over here is doing better. I still need to amend it more. But these guys are doing well. And surprisingly, very little pest pressure. We actually had more pest pressure last fall. So I've really neglected these guys. I have not checked them every day for worms. I have not weeded in here. They're still growing and we might get food out of them. It's unfortunate that we have heated up as quickly as we have because we're gonna see bolting here soon. So worst part is we could either go ahead and pull leaves and saute them, not a way we typically like veggies, or we can just let them go to seed and collect the seeds from them, which is a fantastic idea. But you can also collect too many seeds. Well, you can't collect too many seeds. If you don't have a place to store them, you can collect too many seeds. I have a decent amount of space, but I feel like I would end up having to like give some away. That way I can keep a refreshed amount of seed every single year because I don't want to let things get old. And this area is kind of a tough place to weed, but I'm gonna have to. So this is my corn patch. One, didn't have great germination. So I planted 2 packs of gem corn, which made it about 150 seeds. And I'm looking at 15-ish plants right now. It's pretty poor. So partially because there's poor germination that this got taken over, partially because it's a new garden plot. And so it has more seeds than ones that have been worked throughout the years, and our compost is horse manure, so it tends to have seeds in it as it is because it just doesn't break down the same in a horse's gut. So we've been tilling out here. I have a few more transplants like pumpkins and stuff, and you can see little stakes where I've got stuff succession sowed, but we've been trying to keep it worked up because you can see where bits of grass are already coming through. Right, I've got grass coming up near our zucchini, which I have little fruits coming on. I need to spend a couple of days just weeding. And it literally will be, I will come out in the mornings because it's supposed to be in the 90s this week. So I'll come out really early, get some weeding done while the kids are out on the playground. And half the time that ends up with me pushing the little one in the swing and running back and forth. When she slows down, I get back up and go push her. And it's a whole mess of crazy, but it's a good crazy. And yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do this year, just to keep our weeds under control, but also slightly just accept that there's gonna be weeds. We're gonna have competition, probably a little bit lower wheat yields, but your first year in any garden plot is not your first or your best year with weeds. It's not gonna just magically be easy or magically go away. It's work. You gotta get those seeds killed, and they can remain dormant for years, generations. Like, there's not much we can do to change that about seeds. It's a fantastic thing when we're seed saving, or if we want to resurrect varieties that we haven't seen in a long time, but it's also tough because weed seeds sometimes are even more determined and a little bit hardier than our garden seeds. So thanks for being with us today. Thanks for looking at all my messy garden and weeds, and God bless. We will see you in the next one.